live whenever we want to do things.
Hi stream. Wait, is it live now?
Yeah.
Hi stream.
There we go. Hello.
Alrighty.
Greetings, everyone, from sunny South California.
Greetings, everyone, from Central Valley, California.
There we go.
Wow, 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 wow.
Boom. Oh shit.
It's 3D. It doesn't sit. It doesn't work.
Fuck.
Oh, or I give you Theo.
There we go. Oh shit.
You want Theo the werewolf instead?
If you wanna.
A furry werewolf.
I mean, like Sycamore, am I right?
I love Sycamore.
He's such a dick.
Sycamore Smith.
That's
Sycamore
who it was named after. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that is way more dog. That's perfect.
Doggo.
I had a character that was a werewolf for a little bit.
Perfect. There we go. That's fine.
There we go.
Don't worry about it.
I shouldn't have messed with it. It was perfect.
That's why I said don't.
Wait,
touch
oh,
it.
I can. Oh,
Christ.
alright.
This is where we can nice things.
Whew. Also, can we move? Who locked this cart?
That would be me.
Can you unlock it?
Yeah. There you go.
It's like right in my view where I've been sitting.
Can I like put him not on my head?
Just throw him.
Alright, do we need a recap?
Perfect.
No.
That would be preferable.
For Micah, yeah, I do not remember much because my brain was being melted.
Before that recap, I'm gonna go grab a drink because I forgot to do that.
Am I playing Oswaldo today? Is that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
He's the one with the beaver.
Yeah.
And the bow.
I'm glad
He's
that
not a meth head.
That's the name of Oswaldo's memoirs.
Well, his other character has a bow too.
The bow and the beaver.
Yeah. He does indeed. I had my experimental character open, and nobody wants me to play that character. I assure you.
That's fair because you're already playing one.
Right.
What is your experimental character?
My experimental character effectively has more control over combat than the DM does.
Like dice roll wise?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Like he's
Wait, I think I
super annoying.
That you saw?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know what build this is.
He's just incredible.
I think I know exactly what build this is because I think I saw the same exact build.
Yeah, he's a delight.
Was it a YouTube video you got it from?
It sure was.
Yep, I know exactly where it's from, and I love it already.
He's gonna be a boss eventually, so.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to fight that.
Enjoy having an unwinnable battle against the most annoying character in the history of D&D.
Yeah, you just.
Fred.
Good thing I'm not in the campaign. This is probably gonna be in the. Cause man.
Jeremy, you have to play with us for that session.
Fuck! Nothing will happen for like an hour of combat.
You guys have no idea.
I know. I'm not gonna tell them because it's
so
hilarious.
bad. It's so bad.
Just imagine not getting to roll. That's basically what you do.
Yeah, imagine every roll you have not being the roll that you actually rolled, and having no control over it whatsoever. Ever.
I mean,
Really?
You're a POS, Scott.
I'll just attack without having to roll.
Is he also a
luck
little
with that.
gnome? Is he still
does
the
that
little
work?
gnome dude?
No, he's a halfling because that'll be.
Oh.
Because you get lucky then.
If we get murdered by a halfling.
You will.
Uh,
Is he just sitting
I
there?
play a halfling in that game.
Is it just like the most annoying thing from what was it, the Dawnforge cast video? I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He absolutely could single-handedly defeat the entire party with no problem.
I'm assuming you're using the feats for halflings.
Oh yeah.
I had contemplated building that character.
The entire build is spoiler alert.
At least,
Spoiler
and decided
alert. The entire
against it
build is
because
fucking-
I actually enjoy playing with you guys.
Yeah,
I don't want
it
to
would
be kicked
never
out
be
of the
allowed.
group.
Yeah. Roll,
Never.
I mean-
manipulation.exe.
It'd be nice to play with another halfling, though.
Well,
Not that
one.
Too bad. Nobody likes halflings.
I mean,
Really don't mean
in
it.
a way, it would be entertaining to play with him solely because there's no way you could lose. But no, you don't want
Yeah.
you don't want that. Trust me.
I did build a halfling character that Gidget would like, but Abel's way
Yeah.
cooler, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be excited about Abel because of the Bildar connection.
Abel!
Wow. So yeah.
Yeah.
And his retarded cousin Kane.
Wonderful.
Yep.
I'm pleased. I didn't know where that he had any cousins, but I'm intrigued.
We have achieved the desired result.
I think we're going to biblical territory now.
Yeah.
Anyways, again, like I said, when y'all are ready.
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready.
Okay. So everyone, including Hilder, who got there a tiny bit late, has started to get sort of prepared for when the boat arrives. If y'all remember, basically, Oswaldo overheard in a bar a man dressed in finer clothing sort of lamenting about the fact that, his business was losing all of this money and there's nothing he could do. And because of that, he couldn't afford everything that he wanted to. And so Oswaldo kind of stepped in and asked about it. And basically, he described that he and his siblings basically run one long operation, starting from starting with sort of the excavation of materials and kind of the forging of them, and ending up in the sort of distribution and selling of sort of armed goods. And somewhere along the line, either between this man's own, I believe his name was Toot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Somewhere between Toot's sort of dock workers who took the crates and loaded them onto wagons and sort of brought them back to storage, and his brother's operation, which basically brought and ferried these goods across sort of the large lake that borders, Baysaw, but also a lot of the other more western prefectures. Somewhere in between those two processes, a crate or two of weapons would go missing every time. That being an issue, especially because there would be, multiple shipments per month. And so I believe this would either be the first or the second shipment, as it is rather early into the current month. And so he had talked to Oswaldo, asking him if he would be able to maybe put a stop to this, either finding out who actually was stealing all of these goods and put it into that, or just have an intimidating enough presence to at least put a temporary end to this business. I believe everyone, for the most part, chose that it may be best to sort of lay low and see if they could catch whoever in the act and kind of figure out whether or not it was a crate trading hand deal, or maybe it was even earlier on in the process. But either way, the party wanted to sort of get down to who it was, as opposed to just scaring them off. And so to do this, multiple methods of sort of coercion were recommended. One was dressing up as a clown, which the docks, as Hilder might have heard secondhand from the party, the docks usually have sort of motivational dock worker clowns who kind of just stand there and make fools of themselves to make the dock workers feel better about themselves and make them sort of feel that, hey, I could at least be in this person's position. being a real jackass, making a fool out of myself. So that kind of provides some semblance of morale. And that would be one possible way. Another
games are
would
always
be,
a treat, Ryan.
yeah, I really like putting in clowns. One possible way would just be hiding in the crates. Now it would be a little weird for there to already be sort of empty crates outside of this shipping position. However, had talked to some of his business partners and competitors and asked them to leave out, just some unmarked empty crates so that it wouldn't be entirely suspicious. Or sorry, not unmarked. They would be marked, and they would be sort of marked as belonging to other trading companies, not Toots. And then I believe the third option that was sort of discussed was, and kind of pioneered by Iowa, was just eating. Finding like a street cart vendor and just eating food was the way to be covert.
It's just a great plan, isn't it?
I like Isla's plan.
Yeah.
Shit.
So Isla would probably be further back, just eating food. And I can't quite remember who wanted to hide in crates and who decided to dress up as a clown.
Me and Hilder, and then the other two agreed on clownage.
I know I agreed to performing as a clown because
Oswaldo wasn't. When we were talking stratagem, Oswaldo was enthralled with his beaver, and he just sort of went along with everything. I believe was how it went.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, it happens.
So he volunteered himself, subconsciously.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a beaver. I mean, maybe.
What else could? I mean, just
Part of the
being a clown's the
performance.
least of
Welcome to
his
the Dancing
worries.
Beaver show.
Here, I can.
I'd watch that. Watch that in a heartbeat.
I don't have that. Oh man, I miss having lots of cantrips. I could make him a hat, and he could put it on until we get like a real hat.
Sure.
The
usually,
beaver?
Prestidigitation, I can make a trinket, right? But a hat,
Yeah,
be
you can.
considered a trinket.
I
For
think
the
it only
beaver.
lasts for a minute, though.
Well, it
something
says
that has to fit on your
duration
head.
up to an hour. Let me see.
Oh, okay.
I can look at the details.
Oh no, it had to be small enough to
Non-magical
hold in your
trick.
hand.
Till the next turn. So technically, it isn't gonna last an hour. Certain things last an hour. I see.
I mean, I'm pretty sure a beaver hat could fit in your hand. It's a small.
Oh, most definitely.
But yeah, the time limit.
Yeah, I won't
But you
last
brought your
long.
dog?
I can't. I'm trying to separate the figurine.
We are Legion, for we are one.
I locked them together so that you would always have Edgar.
Okay.
If you want, you could just make another Hilder if that doesn't have Edgar on it.
That's fine.
If I'm dressing up as a clown, I'm sure I found some kind of costume somewhere. And you can
Yes.
just put something on the beaver.
On the way, there were several clown variety outfitters.
Rent them out.
You could rent out clowns. They do have clowns who kind of just work there. It's kind of like Craigslist, except they're all clowns.
Clowns list.
Yeah. So basically, you can get them to go do clown things, or you can just ask them to carry shit for you.
I think
Just so you can laugh at them.
Oswaldo already more or less looks like a clown, so
Damn, self burn.
Wow.
So you could just hire someone to come have a drink with you if you're lonely, except they're a
Yeah.
clown.
Except they're clown costumes.
I can't wait for us to start performing as clowns and the other clowns to come up to us and
These
beat
guys
the
suck.
shit out of us. Yeah, to be like, this is
our
our turf.
turf.
You're not union.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and the
Maybe
union
Fucking
I
scab.
persuade them that
Just-
we're part of it.
just start beating this shit out. Where your union cards at, fam?
I'll make union cards.
So one of the things that you didn't actually, or you would know if you had gone to this clown variety outfitter. So I believe that'd be Oswaldo and Bernard.
Yep.
The two of you know that the sort of sign of being in a clown union is that you have a pink nose.
Oh. Well,
You have
that's
the
easy.
pink little squeaker nose.
Can we just buy those?
Yes, you can. They have them in here. Although,
Do we need to have a union card to buy the pink union nose?
no. So the ones that they sell here, you have to pay a little bit extra.
Oh, so it's like a shady.
Right.
It's like a,
Gotcha.
a quote unquote membership.
Right, and
Under
it's
that.
it's slightly off color. So it's
So
not.
like
it's
the
not a
OGs
union
know?
nose. It's a sunset pink clown nose.
Sunset pink.
Can my clown name be McLovin?
Oh,
It sure can.
be anything
There's
you want.
actually a large name tag on all clown costumes that has your clown name displayed.
How much does a clown costume cost?
Thank you.
A full clown costume is 2 silver. With the nose, it's 3 silver.
God, that's a lot of money.
Is there a rental thing or
Yeah.
no?
There is a rental thing. There is a rental program. It's 3 copper.
Oh, dude.
But
Is there
the
a down
nose
payment?
No, there is not. The nose costs 6 copper if you're renting. So the whole thing would be 8 copper.
That's fiscally responsible. Just don't know if this thing will get messed up.
I guess I'll pay the 3 silver.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of wanna keep my costume as a memento.
As a keepsake.
Yeah,
Throw
why
it in the
not?
disguise kit. Have it
yeah,
ready to
yeah,
go.
yeah. You never
I
know.
mean, I don't have a disguise kit. I guess I
Well,
can start
I guess
making
you
one.
got one now.
There's the start.
And at the clown outfitter, they have sort of like a large printing machine, basically, where they pretty much punch in your name onto your name tag, because that doesn't really come off. So the man who runs the store kind of just looks over at the two of you and says, what do you want? What do you want your names to be?
McLovin.
Can you write down on this form? I just want to make sure I don't get it wrong.
Oh, yes, of course. And I do so. Fill it out.
That's your clown name, Berkshire?
Berkshire. That's that's hardcore, dude.
In lowercase b?
Yep.
Okay. He's like, okay, Berkshire it is. And he takes your costume and he prints it and he says, okay, McLovin and Berkshire.
Do you have clown costumes for beavers?
Not that I know of.
What about a dog?
Dog, well,
Like a small dog?
he thinks about it and he says, well, if you're asking, I guess I could put in an order. Should be here within 2 weeks.
What about something for babies? Maybe like a hat or a wig would work. Maybe.
That's unconstitutional. You can't force babies to be clowns.
It's true.
That's
I
just
agree.
Ooh,
Get
I'm
out.
not in the
What
grant
about-
to that.
what about just a like an extra wig?
An extra wig, like a normal sized person wig.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I could do that.
Dude, you get a clown nose for the beaver.
Did someone say chocolate?
Did someone say chocolate?
And he pulls out a wig, and it's sort of like this mixture. It's mostly a blonde wig, very curly, but there's sort of bright pink streaks in it.
No, I want the purple one.
All purple.
Mhm.
Okay. And he goes back and he brings back a wig, and it's a lot less sort of poofy like the others. They're almost like kind of just those silly clown afros. But this one is like a mullet. It's just a purple mullet. And here you go. This one's popular with the connies.
Hathaway.
That'll do.
And he puts it on the table and he says, 3 copper.
Done.
Gives you the purple mullet. Is that all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And for you, the clown child advocate, what say you? You done?
I didn't say I was an advocate for it. I didn't see our costume's so bad. Yeah, just
the only
the
reason
costume.
anyone would be asking for a baby clown outfit is just some sort of monster you just don't know. Well, most of the time you're just a monster.
But I'm an artist, so it's pretty common
No,
to
you
put
think
people in costumes.
just because you're an artist, it's above the law that I can do this and that because it's art. Oh wow, so fancy. Get out of here. Yeah, it's disgusting. Gross. Yeah, get out of here. And he just keeps doing that until you leave.
Okay, I just get my costume and my nose and I go.
Disgusting. Gross. Yeah, get out of here. So yeah, that was the experience you had at the Clown Outfitters.
Oh,
Yeah.
laugh clowns. I'm glad I wasn't there.
Afterwards, this person was just dressed in like a business suit,
Oh,
which is a little
Squirty
weird because
lapel.
most people don't dress like that, even vendors.
Does
Pose
is
of the
he
clown.
is he short and kind of chubby, maybe a little balding?
Yeah,
Was it Danny DeVito?
it was not.
damn it.
See, I feel like he would have been dressed as a clown, you know?
No, he was
Oh,
in a
100%.
business suit.
Or do you mean Danny DeVito?
I mean Danny DeVito.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay. So that was y'all's experience. But now everyone is here
That was
at the
a pleasure.
docks.
Do this.
Yeah, we got our clown costumes on.
So you'd probably be like over here.
I sense performance roles.
I'm gonna tie. I hope not. I'm gonna tie the wig onto Norbert.
I can I'll give you I can give you bardic inspiration. If it'll help.
It won't hurt.
You know what? Yeah, I just I play my flute and I'm feeling real good being a clown. And you get an extra D6.
At least one of us is.
It's a new experience. You should enjoy it.
Just play the animal. People love it. You don't got to do it much.
Yeah, you can just focus on Norbert, right? Was that his name?
Yep. Norbert.
Yeah,
No,
just
it's Hathaway.
focus on-
Well, it's Hathaway right now, but it's not.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. I should be using clown names.
Just the occasional giggle from these crates over here.
Yes, McLovin. You should be using clown names.
Right, Berkshire. Got it.
I'm gonna squeak my nose at her.
It provides a little like a.
God.
It's amazing.
Oh.
And you wait. And about
I'm
30
dancing. I'm waiting.
30 minutes pass.
In between doing the tricks that he already knows, I'm gonna try and teach him how to do a backflip.
He already knows that.
Does he?
Damn.
It's the best beaver.
Yo, this.
Although it does take you a little while to sort of figure out the hand
command?
commands.
Right.
Yeah, he's
Little-
training you.
Little did we know, all you have to do to get beavers to have superpowers is feed them meat.
Yeah. Or just
Since
find
we're
the right
gonna wait-
goblin.
You wanted a
Listen.
backflip, right?
Yeah.
Let me just quickly give out the command for that. So what you do is you take your middle finger and index finger and kind of pound them against your palm, and then sort of to the side of your palm, you make like a circular motion a few times, and that'll sort of get him to do a backflip.
Fantastic.
Sorry, Bernard, I cut you off.
That's okay. I was gonna say I'd withhold giving him bardic inspiration until I think we're ready to go.
Yeah. So it's a pretty obvious sign when the ship is coming in. There's a big fuss as sort of dock workers start to pour in from a few carts that are sort of off to the side. And they kind of get ready. Some of them have like large ropes that have, been tied off to have loops on them. And you could see that they're starting to basically get ready to tie the boat down. And a few others are bringing forward platforms that are on kind of large detachable wheels. And so they start rolling those into position. And after 5 minutes of sort of waiting, the boat kind of slowly starts to drift in, sort of parallel to the dock. And, the ropes are thrown out immediately to the people that are working on the boat. They take those, they tie those around. I don't know what the terminology is for those, but they're the little like cleats on the side of the boat, and they're tying them against those, and the dock workers that are on land are tying them against the sort of cleats that are on land, sort of making sure that there's not too much loose tension in the rope to let it drift off. And then they start pushing the basically platforms with wheels on them into place. The wheels are taken off, and it's kind of just extended over to the other side. Obviously, the workers on the other side slip off with the movements of the ship and whatever's happening with the current. And it seems like they're starting to get ready to unload things. Oswaldo and Bernard, and possibly Hilder and Soren, if they're kind of peeking out of the crates.
Yeah, definitely. Eyeing it if I can.
Yeah. You see this little center mast-looking thing right here is not actually a mast. There is a sort of pulley system on the boat that is starting to pull crates out of the hull of the boat and put them onto the deck. And so, it takes a little while for everything to get set. You see a lot of the workers kind of disappear underneath so that they can make sure that the crates are getting hooked well and everything's going up right. A few minutes go by and the first crate sort of goes up. And everything's kind of looking normal for the most part. No one's seeming to pay attention to the two crates that were kind of labeled and left off to the side. And you see that a few of the deckhands who don't really have anything to do are kind of just sitting on the bow of the boat, looking at the two clowns and kind of pointing and laughing intermittently, but most of the time they're kind of just talking between the two of them and just using the two clowns as backdrop.
Okay.
Okay, so everything is snafu right now, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so far everything is going according to plan for all parties. And yeah, they start to unload the first crate. And Yeah, that's fine. You can see the crate's a little heavy, and so the person who's carrying it across the little platform takes his time, making sure not to drop it. He does have a bit of a system to help him. There's somewhat of a dolly, but it's not that sturdy, and so he's having to balance it, which is taking quite a bit of his might. So, he takes it, kind of pulls it over here, puts it down, goes back. Then another crate is pulled up, and another rig is sort of put together to get it across. But you can tell that, for the most part, these crates are coming out faster than they can be sort of wheeled across. And you see there's one person kind of with a clipboard. And every time someone pulls a crate across the little platforms that are set up, he writes something down.
Oswald is gonna try and get closer to that guy while still clowning with the beaver. Maybe he's gonna make it look like the beaver's chasing him in that direction. Okay.
So yeah, Oswaldo, is playing with the beaver, does a few backflips, and then it starts to chase after Oswaldo. And Oswaldo kind of feigns, being scared for comedic effect, and lets Norbert chase him over to here.
All right, and that's when I do a little ditty that's kind of goofy sounding, and that give him bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Set the scene.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll performance?
Oh.
What?
Yes, Oswald.
More.
It's like a shriek from out from the crate. I believe
you. So what does bardic inspiration do? I have D6?
Yeah, extra D6.
And why don't you go ahead and take a +2 on whatever you roll, since you have a little friend helping you out.
Oh, wow, okay. So, it's a 20.
That's a 20.
You are scared.
So, you kind of put on this act where you're tripping over yourself and everything. And the person with the clipboard kind of looks over and kind of just starts laughing at you. It's not as if, he enjoys your performance. He's laughing because he thinks that you're, some sort of buffoon. Which is all part of the whole clown act. Usually
I
people
imagine
don't think that clowns have any talent. They're these people that are basically panning in weird costumes and just tripping over themselves.
Everybody's getting a little body right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we Discord? Be in Discord.
Yeah.
Try and lower the bit rate.
You don't have a mega stuff. You just gotta wait for it to pass.
Okay. Secure for a minute.
In the meantime, let's
62.7%
welcome our 3 viewers on screen.
Brutal.
Welcome, stream.
Oh, going down. 53. Come on. Nope, 54. Come on, Discord.
Rip.
I would be so happy if Discord just ruined everything. Man.
Try hard.
Then I could have just driven all the way out here.
Oh man. This is just the perfect time to have plugged the stream to another group that I know from Minecraft. Just gonna.
Up
Joy.
to 85% packet loss. That's terrible. What the hell?
I have no idea what's going on.
It's
Me
the
neither. But welcome back.
packet loss. Really bad. No. Coming down. 37. It's not too bad.
We can just play this as like an old text adventure game.
Whoa, went up to 266%.
Damn.
That's a lot of percent.
I can hear Scott and Micah pretty decently.
Yeah, I think it's starting to clear up a little bit. I don't know why it's all of a sudden so bad though.
I don't know.
Yo, dude, what's a packet? We don't got any.
Is that like a syllabus?
Friggin' Discord, yo.
It's usually pretty good. I've never had a problem like this before.
This is sometimes it'll do this, but it usually only lasts for a couple seconds. This is pretty extreme.
Oh, let me see. Yeah, I'll go check the Twitter. Maybe they're doing something.
Yeah. I don't maybe this region is no good. Central 16. Oh wait, there it goes. Back.
Well, I've only had to download one Discord update today, so it looks like they're not really on top of anything.
No, just went back up.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, what's everyone's favorite robot movie?
iRobot.
The
And
movie's
the-
terrible.
I
It
think
is
mine
pretty
is
bad, but I
Robot.
love it.
Mine is
I mean, Robots is a pretty good movie too.
2001: Space Odyssey. Does that count?
I mean,
Robot.
kind of. The whole
I would
ship, I
say
guess you could say, is a robot.
Yeah.
And it's that episode of SpongeBob where they think Mr. Krabs is a robot.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite movie.
I mean, my
Mr.
favorite
Krabs
robot,
being a robot.
from media in general definitely is Bender.
I think
Oh,
the,
definitely.
the classic Lost in Space robot was pretty dope.
What?
The robot from Lost in Space,
Oh, okay.
but not the new one. I haven't seen that one yet. I've heard good things, but
The
the
old
original.
one? Yeah.
Yes.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah, it's so good. I like the movie too. A lot of people hated it, but I thought it was alright.
Just
It
the
was
Dabble
so
Robinson.
bad.
It was okay.
It was terrible. I hated it.
I was gonna say Data, but I mean,
Data counts. He's an android.
yeah,
Person.
he'll even tell you that he's an android, not a robot.
Oh shit!
Data.
Now I'm in trouble.
Uh-oh.
They found you?
No, there's like are those helicopters? There's like helicopters flying in formation. They're about to go right over top of my car, and
they
they are
should-
wicked low.
Are they Chinooks or are they
coming
just
for you.
like helicopters?
No, they look like Blackhawks.
Oh, are you near a military installation?
Not even. No.
They're
Grayling's
Blackhawks?
Grayling is like 100 and something miles away, 200 miles away.
Color?
Well, dark. I can't.
Okay.
They're definitely Blackhawks though.
That's weird.
Yeah, you're telling me. And information, no less.
That's cool, but also weird.
Yeah, it's pretty unusual. Don't normally get to see them around here. Every now and then, the ospreys will fly in the formation to get down to
See-
Grayling. From
I never get to see ospreys over here. For some reason there's like always Chinooks flying around, and I don't know why.
well, they fly around sometimes too. On really rare occasions, we get to see A10s fly over too, which is
Ooh.
because the Camp Grayling they have a firing range down there. So
That's cool.
I got to deliver down there once while they were doing target practice. That's a sound you don't ever forget.
Smack of a bunch of bullets.
It would definitely make your pants heavier if you were in a war zone and they were shooting at you.
Oh yeah.
Although I guess by virtue of you being able to hear it, you're probably safe because they weren't aimed at you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you can hear the Burt, then you're probably all right.
Yeah. Still wouldn't want to try that though.
God, I wish I was a fighter pilot.
Yeah.
I love playing so much.
Kind of glad you're not.
Yeah. You guys do any flight sim play?
Sometimes.
DCS World or sim or a Microsoft sim?
Well, I used to do Microsoft, but DCS is just much better.
Yeah. You got a HOTAS in that baby or what?
No, I just have an old stock tech.
Oh, okay.
Someday, maybe. I don't know. I think I'll probably end up getting a force feedback wheel before I get a proper stick.
They have retired 810 ones you could buy that are turned into. They're so
HOTAS.
sick. Oh my god.
You're sick, bud.
Hell yeah.
Discord's apparently pretty sick.
Yeah. I've been trying to speed run Microsoft Flight Simulator with Guitar Hero. Guitar.
That's amazing.
That's especially impressive because there's no actual story mode to that game.
Right.
It's the speed run is getting a 7.4 off the ground and at level flight.
Q
And
mode, bro.
landing it back in the same landing space while following.
You ever watch that Air Force Proud channel on YouTube?
Oh, I love him. Mike,
That
I
guy's
showed him to
fucking
Micah a while
hilarious.
ago.
That is a funny dude.
Micah, he's that dude, the Rock Dodger, over and out, read you 6x9.
Uh-huh.
That's who we're talking about.
He was the guy that made the video that got posted on Reddit.
Awesome.
Vlog it.
Yeah, he is hilarious.
He's a pretty cool guy in person too, from what I understand. I have a friend that got to meet him once.
He has some blog videos of him going in like a Cessna.
Yeah.
Those are good. But yeah,
Yeah.
I absolutely adore that guy's channel.
I absolutely adore you.
I know. Shut up, baby. I know it.
Oh, Bender. Rest in peace. Hey, packet loss rate's down to 0.
Is it?
Doesn't sound like it.
It
Sounds way
might
better
take
than it was.
Yeah, it sounds better now. It might take a second to catch up, but nope, back up to 30.
Okay.
Son of a bitch!
Should we drop the bitrate a little
Let's.
bit?
Can we ask
would that
him?
help?
Maybe could someone ask Eric to change to a different server? That might help.
I don't know if he's gonna want to do that.
Well, he's on. Well, I mean, it's pretty easy to do. I would ask Crow, but she's not on it.
Yeah.
Omega does it all the time.
How do you feel about just pushing forward?
Yeah, we could.
Yep.
We'll just do it robot mode. That's fine.
Yeah, 100% down for that.
It's better now. I think maybe it's getting close to being okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
tolerable.
that's what it sounds like.
Probably a lot of people left the server out of rage, and so
Yeah.
now we're the only ones left.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Suck it, nerds.
So, yeah, things are getting moved off of the boat. Oh, right, before that. Yeah, so,
Can I see his clipboard now?
yeah, you can kind of try and make an attempt to read it, and he doesn't seem too preoccupied with you as like a threat or anything. So,
Right, because I'm a clown.
yeah, right, you're a clown, and you've been making a fool of yourself.
I
in his
sure have.
eyes.
Well, I mean, that's my job.
And so he kind of just starts turning away. And as he turns away, his clipboard is in full view. And from what you can make out, the system's a little weird. You're not exactly sure how everything's organized and what he's doing, but there so far is a number there, 6, which has in fact corresponded with the amount of crates that have been brought up.
Okay. I'm just gonna say where I can keep an eye on that and keep playing with Norbert.
Okay. He's actually going to kind of motion to the crew to just use the other platform because he saw Norbert chasing you around. And it seems like he doesn't really want there to be a chance that you cause them to drop a crate into the water or anything like that.
Right. But is he staying where he's at?
Yeah, he's still staying
Okay.
where he's at. And so it seems like the amount of crates that are getting taken off now is a little bit less, or at least it's being done in less time, as they only have one platform to go through. But no one seems to really be too upset. And
Because
another
Norbert's
crate-
super adorable.
I don't know if it's that, but I don't think any of them really care too much.
I think.
Because especially the people who are on the boat are just going to be leaving on the boat. So it's not like it's really going to affect them too much. And who knows how they get paid.
Gonna have like Norbert cling onto my leg and like pretend like he's eating me.
Well, they do eat meat in this world.
Yeah.
Beavers are a lot scarier in this world, I just gotta say.
Yeah. Well, these two kind of look over and they kind of laugh, and one of them goes like, "Oh, it's so cute."
God damn it.
He is so cute.
And he kind of actually shouts out to you and says, "Oi, what's your name? What's his name?"
S. Hathaway.
Your name's Hathaway?
His name's Hathaway.
Oh, your...
Berkshire Clown. And I give a little bow.
Come back, I like you.
Okay.
Yay. And he goes back to talking to his friend.
Well, it's good to know if this whole adventuring thing doesn't work out.
There's
Yeah.
one dock worker who seems enthralled with your work.
Yeah. So is he still writing down exactly the right amount of crates and whatnot?
Yeah, it seems to be that case.
Okay.
How much can I see out of this crate?
You can see, a decent amount. There's going to be a little bit that's blocked off by this crate right here. But most of the crates that are being taken off are kind of piled back here where these two workers are. Yeah, so I'd say, here. Let me see if I could. You can probably see, like, that.
Okay.
So once they kind of go off this platform over here, you can't really make out what's happening.
Does anyone does anyone look suspicious, or is it just they all look like they know what they're doing? Like,
Yeah, so far
guilty?
no one's really shifty. I mean, there are a few people who kind of look more careful, or look like they're putting a lot more care into their work than they normally do. But for the most part, things seem to be going as they should.
Okay.
Another crate's going to go by, another crate's going to go by, and now you see that no more crates are being sort of pulled off of the little pulley system. They're now just offloading all of the crates. That were kind of put on the top deck.
and they're all like seem like they have the same content, same weight.
I don't know if you could know or check that. Because no one so far has really been peeking in them, except for some of the workers who kind of.
Well, like, so let's say, like, as they go by, does any of them look like this one was way easier to carry than the other, or does it not matter?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of difference in the weight of these.
Okay.
Probably just because some items take up a lot more room and are harder to sort of fit in than others. So they're not all sort of packed evenly. And there's some boxes that even seem to maybe only have like, 10 to 12 weapons in them, as opposed to like, a whole bunch of like short swords and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Now there's 4 helicopters. Come on.
Come out of the gravel pit. We know you're in there.
Sorry to be distracting.
No, that's all fine. So, it gets to the point where there's now only one crate left. And at this point, the supervisor, who has the cardboard, not the cardboard, the clipboard, thank you.
Yep.
Looks down and, what? This doesn't make sense. This is the number I have here. Pretty sure that's the amount of crates that's gone by, but there should be one more other than that. There's nothing down below, and this worker kind of looks at him, shrugs, pokes his head down into this little elevator, and kind of shouts something down, and something is said back to him. And he shakes his head. He says, "No crates in there." So, oh, God, I do not want to speak with Master Toot. I thought that he said that something had been done, that it possibly wouldn't happen this time, and yet my head will be on the block for this. And he shouts to 2 of the workers and tells them to go down and make sure that everything is scoured. A few minutes pass, and they come back up, and they just shake their heads. He sort of sits on the crate.
Is there a gangway onto the boat, or is it all just elevator based?
What do you mean?
Like, is there a gangway onto the boat?
Refresh me on these. Are you talking about these little platforms?
Yeah.
It's just those platforms that have been.
But they
provided
connect
by
to the boat.
Yeah,
Yes, they do connect. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give Norbert the command to run on there, and then I'm gonna pretend to chase after him. I'm gonna actually.
Right. So you chase after him, and this guy who, seems to be leading everything, and previously, like Jirak, he kind of barks out, "Was it you? Get off that boat! Get right here, right now!"
Norbert's already on the boat?
Yeah.
As subtly as possible, I'm going to command him to go down below, and I'm going to pretend like I didn't hear that guy.
He says, "Someone grab him!" And as you kind of start running over, one of the dock workers tries to sort of get in your way, and he kind of holds a hand out and says, "Your friend ran down there? I can go get him, but you don't go down there. You go back to the boss."
He'll bite you.
I'm much stronger than that little thing, I can tell you. Just
Oh,
go back
don't
to
hurt
the
him.
boss. I'll deal with. No, don't. I won't. Just go back to the boss.
Okay.
We'll deal with it.
But I gotta get him.
I don't care. You go back to the boss.
Please.
And he calls over, Frankie, Bob, get over here.
Does Frankie have
And-
flaming eye sockets?
Frankie does not.
That's unfortunate.
And the two people who were watching you earlier kind of just go over and like, sorry, this is what I have to do. And he kind of grabs you and starts pulling you away. And he says, oh, good day, dude. Look, I like you. I like you. I don't want to be here.
God.
Did not understand a word he just said.
And then he kind of just points for you to go. And the boss is kind of just looking at you.
I'm gonna go over to him.
Okay. You see that a few of the workers kind of head down.
I'm gonna lean in real close to the guy with the clipboard, and I'm gonna whisper into his ear, "Toot sent."
Toot toot.
And he looks at you, and he orders this guy to kind of go and get the beaver. So he kind of looks over, and looking very stern, he says, I thought there were supposed to be more.
There are.
What do you mean?
We're all over.
I really don't. You mean that clown over there? That's just one other person.
Yeah, I'm gonna nod, and then I'm gonna nod in the direction of the crates.
Oh. Well, did you see anything? Why did this happen again? I thought you were supposed to do something about it.
It's got to be on the boats, right?
That's the only thing that I could think of. I mean, I was shown the list of how much was put on. It's not what came off. I can tell you that.
Let me go get my beaver.
Very well. And he kind of shouts out and says, hey, you down there. Let him grab his beaver. He said it's infected or something. Don't touch it.
I'm gonna.
He'll deal with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run to the thing,
Right.
looking panicked in my face.
You run over panicked, and you kind of climb down some of the chain that leads in, and you see three men starting to sort of back away from a corner where you can see Norbert kind of on his hind legs. And they kind of back away with their arms out, and they take a ladder up.
So I'm down here alone then?
That's what it seems.
I'm gonna look around for the crate. They're marked in some way, right?
His crates, yes. Toot's crates are marked by an insignia that looks a bit like this.
Please tell me it looks like a fart cloud. Or a turd.
Looks
It kind of
like a
looks
chicken
like
nugget.
So you can see that there are like little whoosh things that come off, and it seems to be some sort of like fireball.
Oh, okay.
It looks amateurly drawn. But
Do I
that is,
see that down here?
Well, you do see it on sort of the sides of the ship,
Right.
kind of in like tapestry. But
none on the
just
crates?
Crates, no.
I'm gonna quickly, go over this whole deck.
You're just gonna on the top of the deck, the like top
Well,
floor,
I'm
or
down
still
below right now, right?
Right. Yes.
I'm gonna look around for a crate with that on.
You look around, and you're lifting up burlap sacks. You're pushing things around.
And the whole time I'm doing this, I'm like, no, Hathaway, calm down. Oh boy.
Yeah, this whole time you're doing this, and because it was ordered by the boss, nobody seems to really be pushing it. They're kind of all just staying out of the way.
Discord, please.
Oh, let's do it again.
What if we can push on through it?
Well,
It's really bad.
I,
Oh, it's really bad.
yeah.
Really bad.
God damn it. Why today?
In the meantime, enjoy this wonderful drawing of a bottle.
Yeah, why couldn't it just happen during Scott game?
'Cause-
Right.
Just not during a game at all.
Well,
That was fun. I got disconnected temporarily.
what was that? Whew.
Tag.
Aw, shucks. In the meantime, stream and enjoy Warhead by Zircon. Classic Orson Welles.
Scott, you get that?
Ah.
He said, investigation check, Scott.
Where? What?
Make an investigation check.
Ah, investigation check. Okay. This one.
His check was a 13.
Okay.
Oh, it sounds fine right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it sounds like it's
back.
gotten a lot
Yeah.
better.
Awesome.
That's,
It
that's
did change to a different server.
Awesome.
I don't know if it switched it or if someone else did. But it's a different server now.
okay. Cool.
Well, hopefully that was someone else. Otherwise, we're probably going to get switched back to the bad one.
Maybe Epo did something, or I don't know.
Yeah, I
Who
don't know.
knows? But anyways, so yeah, with your 13, you're kind of looking around, and one thing that you keep getting drawn back to is this really weird platform that's right next to the platform where kind of crates are, hooked onto and pulled up to the top deck. And you just can't figure out what this platform is for. There seems to be some sort of keyhole, not for your normal key, but for some sort of a cog to go in there, and assumably the cog has a crank on it. But other than that, it's really weird. It looks out of place. You have no clue why it would be there. And it's a little odd to sort of have another platform raised, like the one for the crates, for just no reason. The only thing that you could possibly think of is maybe that they just wanted like a loading crate that they could haul things onto, or maybe it's like a sort of an elevator system. You have no clue. It's really just a weird thing.
I'm gonna grab Norbert and I'm gonna head back out to the boss guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell him there's like a secret platform.
Secret platform? I don't know what you mean. There's just the, where the crates are put. And, occasionally if we need to dump something, it's hard to get it overboard. What's if there's a fire or we need to fish? I mean, it's a really multi-purpose tool.
When I looked at it before, did it look like it had been heavily used? Was the part where the cog goes in, was it pretty damaged? Or like, did it have scuff marks?
It was well worn. There's scuff marks.
It seems like maybe they're dumping a crate then that's been used heavily.
I mean, it's used heavily because, sometimes the boys will want to go swimming and they'll need a place to go up. We don't have really that many ladders or anything to put off the side, or, if they wanted to just clean off dishes, it's almost close to sea level. They can just, open that thing up and wash off the dishes. I mean, that's pretty much what we primarily do. That's how we draw water. I don't know why anyone would be dumping crates. How would they? Oh. He says, "Here, do me a favor. Wait right here." And the boss comes back or goes over, talks to one of the workers, gets a large key from him that seems to be sort of a cog with a handle on it. And he goes back and he gives it to you, and he kind of shuts out. It seems like his beaver got stuck in the mechanism. Just keep staying up there, and he'll try and go get him out. He kind of gives the key to you and says, "Are you any good at swimming?"
Yes.
Well, if what you said is true when they're dumping them, assuming they're dumping them here, well, I'd appreciate if you could maybe swim down and see if you can see anything. Or
okay.
Even if you can just reach the bottom. It shouldn't be too deep. I think the little part of this harbor is cleared for 20 to 30 feet.
Okay.
He gives you the key.
Yeah, I go back down.
Okay.
Can I open that up?
Yeah, so you put the key in and you start to crank on the handle. And it starts to slowly open. And as it opens, you can see that maybe half a foot to a foot down is just water. Bay water.
Right. Baywatch. Gonna grab Norbert. And I'm gonna... There's crates in here though, right?
No, all of the crates in there have been emptied out.
Like I couldn't just tell him to look for a crate without him seeing. Alright, I'm gonna go swimming then.
Are you trying to find a place for him to hide?
No, I was gonna send him down in the water to look for a crate.
Oh, he's a beaver.
Swims super good.
I mean, you could still try and do that.
Forgot he's straight up a beaver, dude.
Yeah, then I'm gonna look him in the eye, and I'm gonna say, Norbert, go look for a crate.
Dive.
And he kind of just looks at you.
I'm gonna point to the hole, and then I'm gonna make like a box shape with my hands.
He kind of looks at you for a second, and then he hops in. And a minute or two pass, and he comes right back up. He's. Did you take the bullet off before?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he comes back up, and he's soaking wet with ocean water. There's lake water, but you kind of pull him out.
Does he seem excited?
He kind of looks at you and takes his left hand and kind of hits it down twice.
Okay. Is that a yes?
He just looks at you.
I'm gonna repeat what he said, and I'm gonna say yes.
Repeat what you said.
No, I'm gonna repeat what he did. Like I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna smack my hand. I'm gonna be yes.
He hits his hand down twice, and looks at you.
Okay, I'm gonna stop trying to decipher beaver, and I'm gonna dive down into the water.
Okay, so you dive down into the water, and it's a little murky. Not a lot of flow or anything. There are some currents, but they don't do a great job of, clearing some of the sort of mucky haze. And after maybe a few seconds, you probably go down 10 to 15 feet, and your hand hits something.
Can I tell if it's a crate?
As you kind of run your hand along it, you feel some splinters give way.
I'm gonna feel around for any more.
It does feel very wooden in texture, and you can even piece out some parts where maybe two planks are kind of joined together.
Okay. I'm gonna feel around and see if I can find another one of those.
So yeah, this one feels a little off skew. Maybe like it's kind of fallen on something, or just the bank is crooked. And so you kind of, using the supposed crate as your guide, you kind of pull yourself around, and you feel something that you think is probably another distinct crate.
Okay, I'm gonna swim back up.
Okay. Yeah, you swim back up, and you're in the same little half foot, 1 foot removed from the water sort of opening in the bottom of the ship.
First things first, I'm a pet Norbert. I'm a Tom good boy.
You pet him and you say good boy, and he kind of shuts his eyes and puts his hands together.
Oh, fucking cute. Okay, I'm gonna put him on my shoulder. I'm gonna close the thing again, and then I'm gonna go out to the boss. As I
kind of looks at you, drenched in water. And
Just a soaking wet clown.
As I come up, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna I'm gonna pet Norbert on the top of the head, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, you're such a troublemaker."
And he kind of goes over and he says, "Wait there. I'll deal with him myself." And he kind of pulls you off to the side, seemingly angry, and he kind of leans into you again with a sort of angry expression. He says, "What was it?"
2 crates. But
That means that the last time they were probably too afraid to go and grab it, seeing that Toot has put a little bit more pressure on them. Well, thank you. I'll send someone over there shortly to fish them out, and if they do happen to be full of weapons, well, we'll be doing an investigation.
I'm gonna nod. And then I'm gonna like step away from him and be like, okay, I'll leave.
And as you're kind of walking away, he pulls out. It's a tiny little, copper coin with the fireball insignia on it,
Mm-hmm.
and he throws it to you.
Catch it.
Says, he points to you and kind of shouts out, "Don't you go anywhere near anything with that insignia. I'll make sure Toot knows exactly who you are."
Okay.
I assume you kind of walk off or feign walking off.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna walk past Bernard and like kind of give the signal.
Oh, what's the signal?
Like, well, I'm just gonna say we're good. We did it.
Well, you broke the routine. I was all by myself performing.
Sorry.
Actually, in the meantime, one of the two workers who were kind of on the docks, one of them flips you a copper coin.
Dang, kicking tips, dude.
Honk my nose.
Mad props.
Yeah, you honk your nose for it. And it's probably best for all of you to start heading out because you can see, and probably all of you were able to sort of make this up, but for a while, the other clowns have kind of been getting closer.
Oh shit!
Closer.
Slowly approaching.
There's just
I'm
a
gonna-
wall of clowns coming up.
That's scary. I'm
gonna,
scared
like-
of clowns.
I'm gonna like rub my forehead and slowly pick off my pink nose, throw it somewhere.
Ditch your clown costume.
Yeah, well, at least the nose.
But they know. That was the sign so they don't hurt you.
But it's fake, and they'll know. It's not the right shade of
Is this just
pink.
turned into a George Romero, just like slowly like a horde of clowns over
If
the
I have to
horizon?
kill some
Just-
clowns, I will kill some clowns.
Come to words, he's snapping like a 1950s musical gang.
Yeah.
I would not feel bad if you killed clowns.
Just
Like
like
a
a film,
beat
just like a film reel like effect pulls over, and it's just like everyone's just fighting clowns.
Couple
Yeah, I'm
clowns flipping
I'm
a
gonna
quarter
kick-
outside the bathroom.
I'm gonna kick the crate with Soren in it. Be like, Soren, which one? Where?
Is it? I'm
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick that one as I walk past and be like, we're done.
all right. As he does that-
roll.
How did that get into this crate? Through the top, I'm assuming.
I mean the top isn't like nailed on or anything.
Was this? Oh, okay.
Just pops out and goes, aha!
Yeah. Just pop out and like stretch like.
As you do that, sort of the other dock workers and the people that were working on the ship kind of look over and kind of put their hands over their mouth. Because from their perspective, you're either just someone living in a crate that was left out, or B, someone is shipping live people as cargo.
Shortly after that, I'm gonna pop the top off of my crate and hop out, stretch, grab my axe out, and start walking.
I'm
They
just gonna
kind of just look away.
I
Yeah.
wanted to roll
As I
into
hop
it.
out-
That's okay.
As I hop out, I just sort of little more, one more like shoulder stretch, and then as I'm walking away, if I catch eye contact with anyone, I just sort of shoot him a wink and a smile.
Couple finger guns.
I
Yeah.
hop out as well because I've been here the whole time.
You were in a
Yeah.
crate. You were eating. You're just stuffing your face somewhere.
You were just eating this whole time.
I like smoked fish. Okay.
Yeah. I just say thanks, boys, as I run away, like hurriedly, like okay, this is awkward now.
So, just to clarify one thing on the whole nose issue, the reason that the noses would be a liability is because they're meant to trick employers, not other clowns.
You know what? I still have mine on because, yeah, like
Okay.
it'll be fine. I keep all of
Okay.
my stuff on.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
like someone over the horizon. The clowns.
So the party walks away with the clown in their possession.
Possession, yeah.
Yeah. Man. So is Waldo. What I saw all that. What's going on, bud? What's all this then?
Turn to me.
Yes, is Waldo. Talking.
They're dumping crates in the drink under the boat.
Ah,
I can go for a drink.
do you want can we get you dried off?
No, I'm good.
Sure. I want you to catch a cold.
He likes being wet.
I could just wiggle my fingers and you'd be nice and bone dry.
Bone dry, you say?
Just skins him.
I'm good.
I can make a joke right now, but I'm not going to.
Thank you.
Shoot a fireball at you.
That's
No, that's...
quite all right. Thank you. I'll live. Thank you, everyone.
What if you hit Norbert? It would be terrible.
Oh, I won't be aiming for Norbert. I'm a great aim.
That's plenty fine. Don't please do that.
Yeah, no. I mean, you already said so.
Yeah, don't. Please don't.
Yeah.
Fire bad.
Should we wait and see if we can possibly catch them in the act?
I think the leader guy's got it covered. We're gonna go. We should go talk to Toot about it.
Well,
Toot.
where is
Toot
Toot?
can take care of the rest.
Presumably.
At
the
the
only place
bar. I
we-
believe.
Oh, is that where he said? Was that the predestined meet?
The rendezvous?
Yeah.
So I believe he said that he would usually be at the bar, but he kind of made an excuse for why he couldn't be there to oversee everything tonight was because he was at some sort of a prior engagement.
Would that be the bar?
It's possible.
Well, I guess we. I mean, it's right by our place we sleep. Can't hurt to pop in.
True.
Right. I'd kill for some Ritz right now.
Oh god.
No. No.
I can pull out my handy Ritz fire.
Wow, that's pretty expensive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a low class bitch, you know.
Gotcha.
I'm not a low class bitch.
I had understood, I guess falsely, that your character was a little bit different than this, but fine.
Yeah,
No.
considering she ate a carpet and I had to give her the Heimlich
Eh,
after she choked on said carpet.
that was some good carpet.
That's
Sometimes
good wine, wasn't it?
The spirit of the dragon that gave me powers possesses me, and it just craves carpet and red.
Because, you know,
me,
dragons
what?
are famous for eating carpets.
Yeah, well, mine is.
Mm-hmm.
Red dragons, especially.
Managed to get
Yeah.
the only mentally deficient dragon in the entire campaign setting.
You know a
Cool.
dragon?
Ish?
Ish?
Yeah,
I've never heard of that dragon.
I got my powers, my magic from the blessing of the dragon.
That's pretty cool.
Oh. Would you be willing to tell me that tale later?
Oh yeah, sure.
I'd love to hear it.
I could spin it into a song.
We can sit around a campfire.
I get
and
my
I can
power
tell you
from
all
my
about it.
guns.
Well, I did promise Ayla that I'd buy her some drinks later, so
Then we'll tell it over drinks.
alright.
Sounds like a plan.
To the bar.
Yeah. To the wagon, to the bar.
So yeah, as everyone starts to file in formation to enter the bar, who do you see walking on the other sort of part of the same sidewalk, walking towards the bar from the other direction? Who is it but Toot? And he is looking quite content, a little aloof, and maybe has a bit of a tough time walking in a straight direction.
Is he? Can I tell if he's intoxicated?
I think so.
Okay. How bad we talking?
I mean, you could ask him, but it's enough that he is not walking in a straight line.
Wow.
So he came out of the bar. Or he's going to the bar.
He's going to the bar.
Yeah, from a different direction than us.
Sounds like my
Go
kind of
and
guy.
sort of trot to catch up with them. Hey, Toot, we got good news.
Yeah, you go running towards him, and he kind of squints his eyes, and he looks at you, and he's like, "Oh, yes, news." And he says, "That way," and he points to the bar.
Said, okay. You all right, bud? You need a hand? You looking
Yeah.
looking a little worse for wears.
No, I feel great. Oh yeah.
Was
All
his
right.
previous engagement hiring a prostitute? What the fuck?
I think he just got drunk at another noble's house. Is what's going on.
That's where I've been all
Too
day.
many Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
No. Oh God, I forgot.
And he kind of what's the order that people are entering in the bar?
Oh, I'm walking with him, and I'm assuming.
So
Just
the
in
party
line.
was closer to the bar than him.
Okay.
So you two would probably be entering last.
Last. Okay.
Yeah, I was probably
didn't
one of the
stop
first
for him. I
ones.
just went inside.
Okay. So as you enter, you see the bartender looking a little bit anxious, sees you, kind of puts a smile on his face, and he kind of waves everyone to come in. And this continues until he sees two. And he kind of just like looks away a little bit. And he says, Tooth, welcome. I see you're still doing that. And Toot kind of drunkenly goes over to the bar, kind of cutting in front of y'all. In a less aggressive way than just I want to get there first sort of thing. And he kind of hops up on a bar stool and taps his hands against the bar and says, a drink for me, a drink for me, ho 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 ho.
No. I'm gonna go up to the bar and ask Bernard, the bartender, for paper and a pencil.
He kind of fishes around and he gets you those two things and he says, I'll have to ask for the pencil back, but
That's
the
fine.
paper, you can keep it. Unless it's a really good drawing. In which case I might want it.
It's a good
It
bar.
won't. I'm gonna write out on the paper, boat crew dumping crates under boat at docks. Foreman has been informed, and then I'm gonna give the note to Toot, who's probably too drunk to remember those things without a note.
Sure.
I-
And
What did you put on the? What did you wrote? How do we know it's the boat crew?
Who else would it have been?
I mean, just
There
saying.
were no ninja goblins. There was
You
the book.
never. I mean, can you say that for sure?
He investigated, right?
I rolled a 13. Okay.
Oh, my
Pretty
bad.
big. Pretty big deal over here.
My
Nice.
bad.
Yeah.
I just like throw my hands up like, all right, fucking whatever, just walk off. Oh shit, we got a badass.
I'm gonna flip the bartender a gold piece and wait for the drinks to start coming.
Yeah, let's get drinks. I want to hear Isla's story.
Again, I think this happened last time
Yeah.
when he was given a gold piece. He kind of looks astonished and says, I'll make sure you're not thirsty at all. Hopefully not to the point that you pass out, but it'll get close.
Don't worry, Bernard, I'll take care of him.
And he pockets, the 1 gold coin. Doesn't have to count it. And starts just opening a bunch of bottles and pouring them out into various cups. And puts them all out. And he says, wait right there. And he goes back and you hear some whirring in the background. And some clunks.
Oh, it better not be Ritz.
And a large, it seems like something very heavy was dropped in the background, but it was kind of in some sort of more burlappy sack, so it didn't have the same hard hitting noise as like a solid container. And he comes back out maybe a minute or two later with Ritz crackers.
Delicious name brand Ritz crackers.
Not name brand. Ritzing is the process, might I remind
Yeah.
you?
God damn it.
Delicious name brand Ritz crackers.
Can you Ritz a cracker
Wow.
with prestidigitation?
No, you cannot.
Can you Ritz a Ritz? Is that a Ritz it? Oh my god, it's a Ritz it. It's where
In
you
the
cheese
same way
a
that
Ritz
you
it.
probably could not, process a diamond
That's
or
fair.
some sort of ore with prestidigitation. Those are complex processes, just as ritzing is.
You can make it taste like other things, right? Give it
True.
a different flavor.
You
Give it a little color.
can flavor it.
What can you use a cheese? Was it a cheesizer or whatever? What was it?
A cheesitizer.
Cheesitizer.
God, get it right.
Ritz turns into Cheez-Its.
Turns it into a Ritz it, right? If you use a Ritz it in a
Can we
cheesitizer.
somehow get through
Yeah.
like
Oh, sorry.
one
Sorry.
Yeah.
part of the story
Please,
without
please.
talking about
Let's
crackers?
not go through the cracker thing again.
I love
I
talking
can't-
about crackers.
I can't.
We
do this
know.
today.
Wow. Anyways, this was supposed to be a Ritz campaign, but I guess we'll know why.
The main.
I needed a session 0.
If I had known that up front, I would have rolled a different character. This is
Okay.
I would
scandalous.
have rolled a glutton. Someone who just eats nonstop.
So Isla,
Yeah.
No, never mind.
I was making
you-
a joke, but it was.
I
Isla,
get-
did you want to share your tale? I'm so curious.
Oh yeah.
Just so and buy her drinks, because I will pour her one if she didn't.
I got her.
Everything has been provided by Bernard, who is paid by Hilder.
Oh, I guess drinks are on Hilder tonight. Slap him on the back, like a little nudge on the
Basically.
shoulder.
I think a
Good
drink
man.
is somewhere between a copper and 3 copper, depending on the quality of the drink, whether or not it's mixed. A gold has been paid, which means that about 100 drinks at maximum will be served.
Oh yeah, there's a
For
round
her.
for everybody on me for sure, and then some.
There's
I'd
enough
say
for.
more than one round.
He's like, there's probably enough for Hilder, and then there's like maybe like 2 or 3 left over for us to have.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everybody in the bar can drink on me tonight.
You must be in a good mood, Hilder.
I just don't like counting money.
Oh.
Can you count?
A bit
I can-
wasteful.
I can count for you if you ever need a
I
hand.
know how to count. I don't like it.
Okay.
What counting?
Well, like, you can always
much
count
like-
on me, Hilder.
Too much like science.
Oh yeah.
I have a question for Oswaldo.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do anything with that copper coin?
I show it to Toot.
Do you give it to him along with the note?
Yes.
He kind of looks over the note and looks at the copper coin. And he gets this huge grin on his face. And he just digs into both of his pockets and pulls out 2 large coin pouches and says, "Take it. Take your reward. It's in there. You're just gonna have to get it yourself. I can't really get it right now."
Can't be bothered to count.
How much did he promise us? It wasn't very much. It's like
4 piece
4
for a
gold
successful
ahead.
job.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I pull out 20 gold.
Okay. You pull out the 20 gold, and he looks at you, and he just puts on the big grin again, and starts to just slowly put his hands all over like this velvet sack that has,
The big,
you know,
big.
He is not just
Yes.
drunk.
That seems a bit
Party
suspicious.
drugging. He's party drugging.
Opium?
He's a little
Is
bit spicy
opium a
tonight.
thing?
Opium
Yeah.
doesn't do that.
I have, like, is he really like this is like he's really out of it? Like, can I tell? I have medicine.
He seems to be fine where he is right now.
He's content.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes,
he's-
Can I like shoot a finger to Bernard the barkeep to like
Yeah, it flies off and impales him in the head.
oh my god.
Do we get a mithril rapier?
I beckon
You
him
do.
with the single finger.
You do, and he kind of comes over. He says, "Yes, what is it?"
Is he going to be okay?
Yes, this is a normal Thursday for him.
Oh, a Thursday. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess I
He
won't
kind of-
ask too much.
He leans in further and he says, "I'm not at liberty to give up our, bar patron confidentiality." but
I understand completely. It's okay.
he kind of
just as
just
long as he'll
nods
be
and he
okay.
says, "Yes, it's one of my least favorite days to be here, but whatever."
Well, as long as he's not, invisible pain or causing trouble, I suppose it's fine.
And as you say that, he's kind of finally gotten the velvet sack of gold back to kind of where he's sitting, and he's kind of just rubbing it up and down his face.
Huh.
Yeesh.
Strange, but nobles have their pleasures, I suppose.
Not a
Ooh.
fan of drugs. Drugs bad, okay?
Sometimes a little something is good to heighten the mind.
You sound like my grandfather.
Oh.
I
is
hate
he an
him.
artist by any... Oh.
You
No.
remind me of my grandfather. I hate him.
No, that reminds me of my grandfather. Imagine the worst noble. Imagine the most scoffiest and greasiest
Hoity-toity?
higher up you can think of. That's him.
That sounds like my father. I think we have something in common. Sorry.
I think we do.
I love and have a good relationship with my father.
Is your
If
father a
nobody said
dragon?
that, no.
Damn.
My daddy makes beer. Kind of hard to hate that, you know.
Hell yeah, Phil! I can feel that.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Oswaldo's a new father. You know, this little baby beaver.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Oswaldo's absolutely playing with.
Yeah.
Can I ask one more question to Bernard?
Yeah.
Um, I have a bit of a pet. He's quite. He's. Never
It's
mind.
a rat.
He
But
kind
it's
of
a pet
looks
rat.
and he says, "You want something to feed it? That's fine. What do you have in mind?"
Just some. If you have any, like bread, like crusts or anything.
like
might be throwing out.
like
Just a couple.
Ritz?
Crackers would be good.
Oh yeah, that works.
I mean, if that's not to your liking, I can always cheese it.
No, please, we don't.
I know rats
No.
like cheese, right?
Oh, you he's a rat.
Well, the
Yeah, I
other one
shouted
just
it
said that.
aloud. Yeah.
Oh, well then I don't want to cause a scene with my rat being out in the
Well,
open.
it's a pet, isn't it?
It is, but passersby may think otherwise. I didn't want them to think you have a dirty bar.
I mean, if there were 4 or 5 rats out, but
Well,
a lot of kids have rats as pets these days. It's not that uncommon.
Yeah, it's clearly a pet. Maybe you should get a collar with a little bell or something on it.
It's a good idea. Although the last pet shop we went to, I didn't exactly leave on good terms with them.
Oh. Right.
But yeah, if it's all right with you, if you wouldn't mind if I brought him out.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, just as long as you keep an eye on him.
Oh, she's very good.
Yeah, is it gonna leave like droppings all over the table? That's kind of gross.
No, she's pocket trained. If she does it, it'll be in my pouch. I can always
If
clean it
only
out later.
if only you could train rats.
Did Oswaldo pass out the gold?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Just making sure before I put it on my sheet.
What do we get for?
4.
4 gold each. And Bernard's going to kind of walk away for a bit, back into the back room. And again, you hear some whirring and some clunking. And he comes back out with yellowish Cheez-Its.
Jesus.
Mm.
Cheese it!
He takes out a smaller little mallet and starts breaking them up. And kind of puts them on a little plate in front of Soren.
Thank you, Bernard, and I'll give him a copper piece.
He takes it and he kind of nods.
Stay away from me, David Blaine.
Yeah, so I'm just chilling, admiring my rat, sort of cuddling it, playing with it.
Okay.
What? Wow, I had a question. Oh, can I hunch up? I'll put I'll feed Cat and then I'll put her back in my pocket for just a second, and walk on over to Toot and ask him how good of a chess player he is.
Oh, I'm the best chess player the world has never seen.
Care for a bet then?
Bet I'll take you for all your money.
Oh, let's not go that far, but just a simple gold is all.
Gold. And he kind of looks up to Bernard. Bernard, have I been drinking? And Bernard kind of looks at Toot. It kind of gives like a, where you put your like hand out and it's flat and you kind of just wave it a bit as like a so-so sort of thing.
Yeah.
He does that, and Toot kind of responds is like, my family will be mad at me if I lose a lot gambling again. Let's keep it to a silver.
Okay. And I'll bet. Wait. So he only wants to bet in silver pieces?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bet 95 silver pieces.
So that's 9.5 gold. Is that your entire wealth?
No.
Okay.
Wait, 95. Sorry, 9. Sorry, 9 silver pieces.
So yeah, you put down 9 silver pieces, and he matches it with 9 silver pieces.
Okay.
And you pull out a chessboard,
Yeah,
I assume?
Yeah, I have it on me. In my
Okay.
pack. And, I have proficiency.
Okay. So go ahead and make a flat intelligence roll.
Flat in. Okay. So is that's just roll plus intelligence plus proficiency, or you just want intelligence?
Intelligence plus proficiency.
Okay. 13.
Okay. Got a 15. So
Damn.
And this was with disadvantage.
Holy
so,
shit.
He's kind of playing against you, and he's got you in a pretty bad spot. A lot of your pawns are gone, which isn't, inherently an issue, but he's also
Not a
taken
good
some of your key players as well, and is starting to trap you. Roll another check.
That is a 21.
Okay. So he got a 15. So you start to sort of edge yourself out of it. You kind of take some lazy moves, and you're somewhat equalized on the board position. However, he seems to have somewhat of a slight advantage. I'm going to have you roll again.
14.
Okay. That is going to be 12 for him. You pull out ahead, and so now you have him cornered. You're down to the last few pieces, and the game is starting to shape up, and I'm going to ask for one last one.
That is a 17.
With disadvantage, he fails. Otherwise, he would have had a 24. And so you barely managed to take the game against him. And you win, winning the 9 silver that he put up.
Okay.
And he kind of slaps you on the shoulder and says, "Oh, I thought I had that one. Oh,
It was a very close game.
good game. Maybe if you were more drunk." And he kind of tilts a bit to the side and says, "Good game."
It was pleasant. Thanks for the game.
And he kind of starts to put his head down on the bar and says, "Oh, it's time for sleep now." And Bernard kind of says, "And we can resume things as usual."
I'll take my seat back at wherever everyone's sitting and just sort of put my hand up to my forehead and be like, that was so much harder than I thought it would be.
As well, despite how he may be right now, he is somewhat smart, at least book smart, when it comes to most other things. Well,
Yeah, I'm not the greatest at books, but I played a lot of chess, but he's really good.
It's impressive considering how wasted he seemed to be.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be trying anything like that again.
Okay. So how would I go about like trying to get entered into an official like cage fight?
Oh, that's a tonal shift.
Well, your best bet would be to go to some local either town hall or community center where there's probably a sheet that you have to fill out. And once you fill out the sheet, it will kind of pass its rounds. You'll get another sheet that you have to fill out, which sort of verifies what you want to do, your own abilities and capabilities, your preferred, name, maybe some examples of fighting moves you'll be using, and what you sort of hope to achieve. And then once you fill that one out, it'll bounce around, and you'll get one last final sheet, which kind of locks in your name, which has to have been approved, what you will be bringing to all fights in the future. That can obviously be petitioned and changed, but every single fight, you'll have to follow by the standards that you previously sort of put forward. So that whole process usually takes 3 weeks to a month.
Okay. Well,
if you're quick about it on your side. If you know someone, it can be cut down a bit.
I don't think I really have any connections in this prefecture, at least. But I think that I would have at least filled out the first sheet when I first got into town, because
Yeah, sure.
that's usually what I do.
And so it's been maybe like half a week
Okay.
since you arrived.
And do they usually send like a courier to let you know if your sheet's been approved, or will I need to go and check back in?
They tell you to start checking 2 weeks after.
Okay.
There's like a large, the pretty much largest part of any of these public buildings is they have a document housing center for just all of the paperwork that needs to be filled out, that has been filled out and needs to be sent, has been filled out and has been filled out incorrectly, and therefore is errored, and the person has to return and fix it. And then there's also the stuff that has been returned, has been signed off, and is ready to go.
All right.
So they have this huge sort of managing system for that.
I won't even bother heading over there then, because it's still gonna be a while.
Yes.
Oswaldo is going to step out of the bar and toot on his black whistle.
Oswaldo toots on the black whistle, and 3 minutes pass, and you see a pirate dwarf walk around the corner and kind of make eye contact with you and wave.
No, I wave back.
You could see that he just has a small backpack on right now. And as he kind of walks up to you, he pulls out a small little pouch, and he says, "Oh, I think this is your Hoover's outfit."
Excellent.
Oh,
I'll
God.
take it.
And I also have some sort of uh, book that was commissioned by one of your friends. Can you go ahead and give them that? And he sort of produces Soren's bag.
I went out there with him.
Okay, he produces your bag and hands it to you. Says, "Here you go. This is what you wanted, right?"
That's perfect. And I'll offer him the drink I brought out.
Says, "Oh no, we don't like to drink on the job, but I do have plenty of time to go home and drink all I want."
Well, that's good. Thank you for the bag. I had another inquiry, if that's all right.
Of course.
Do you know what sap gloves are?
Soup loaves? I'd have to look into it.
Well, I can explain. They're basically gloves that you wear that have weights in the knuckles, like usually small amounts of iron in powder form or whatnot that allow. So basically, when you punch someone, it hurts a lot more. Kind of like brass knuckles, but not as flashy.
Okay, I think I could find it.
Yeah, I just want something in case I have to not chop someone in half when I have to beat them up.
Nods and says, "Oh, cool. So that'll probably be. Oh." And he thinks about it. "Do you care about the design?"
Something not as inconspicuous, but something that matches the ones I have on now would be good.
He looks and writes down in his notes, sort of taking down the color scheme and everything. Says,
Yeah.
"Oh, cool. Says, 2 silver."
Done and done. I'll hand him 3, and this is for the good work so far. I think Oswaldo is very pleased with his beaver.
Yeah, he smiles and nods and says, "Thank you very much. Is there anything else that y'all want?"
Yeah, could we get the information for the next goblins?
Okie dokie. Oh yes, I've been waiting for that. I don't have the materials on me, but if you make it back to my base where I operate, I have all of those maps and all of those informations.
I guess we'll stop by tomorrow then.
Sounds good. I should be there.
It's getting kind of late.
See you then.
See you then. Anything else?
Nothing for me.
Okay. Well, take care. Thank you for the business. And he kind of waves, and he starts to walk out the way that he just came.
I like him.
I'm going to go to the inn in my room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll stay with Kjolder as long as he's at the bar.
Sure. So Oswaldo goes to the inn, and everyone else remains at the bar.
Is Toot still asleep?
Toot is still kind of just softly snoring.
I'm gonna. So who's still in the bar out of the party?
I think Oswaldo's the only one that's left so far.
Yeah, I was asleep at the table.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to Toot and try to shake him awake.
As you start to move over to shake him awake, Bernard is going to, the other Bernard, is going to kind of look over and quickly kind of rush over and put a hand on your shoulder and say, "It's better this way."
Shh. Just let it happen.
Yeah, just let this play out.
I was just wondering if maybe I could get a hold of whoever he's getting, whatever he's getting that makes him this way.
Uh,
For,
he looks at you.
mind-altering purposes, for my art.
He looks at you and kind of says, "Well, I'm sure you can ask him tomorrow, but for now, I would greatly appreciate it if you let him lie. Don't worry, I'll wake him up, and I usually escort him back, get him to a safe place where he can get a cab, which is well known, and you don't have to worry."
Alright, that's fair. Alright, I'll leave him alone.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it, as well as your patronage.
Yes, I suppose I'll try to gather up Isla and be on my way. Yeah, and I'll try to shake Isla awake, gently.
Should someone roll?
I mean, it depends on how much they're willing to do to wake you up, and you can tell them whether or not you wake up.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, I'll wake up kind of groggily. Yes, darling. So telling my story. Wait, what? Story?
maybe it should wait till another time. Let's get you into a proper bed.
Oh yeah, sure, honey. Can you do me a blessing? Get me bed somewhere. I am just so tired.
Yes, of course, and I'll try to support her and carry her off.
And you should be able to do that.
I'm gonna drink until either the bar closes or my gold isn't good anymore, and then I'm gonna go to bed.
Well, I can tell you that the bar closes before.
Okay.
You didn't pass out before then? Goddamn dwarves.
That may actually be the possible outcome, because chances are I probably could have gotten 80 drinks out of it. The party probably only helped you with, 40 of those, if that.
I'm not like rapid firing or anything. I'm
Rapid fire.
yeah. I'm not like I don't have
that a
anything to
feat?
prove. I'm just
Um,
I'm just drinking until it's time to leave.
I'm just watching.
You're
enthralled.
probably naturally cut off at the point where, there are 12 left, but the bar has to close.
All right. I will say thank you to Bernard, and then head over to my room.
Okay. Yeah, so you head over to your room. You're probably feeling the effects of what you're drinking, at the very least, to some extent.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna like face plant in the bed and pass out.
Yes. By the time the bar closes, everyone else will also have to go back.
I went back with Hilder. I wouldn't just stay there by myself.
Well, you also couldn't because bar closed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I assume that everyone goes to bed then.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right next to Hilder.
Ayla doesn't try and find another place to drink.
I think she's
No.
tie.
yeah, she's real tight.
I would insist she go to her room.
Yeah, I couldn't get away from Bernard anyway.
I mean, you could. I'm a little noodly armed, little soy boy.
Pasty soy boy.
I'm not that pasty. I'm Asian.
Pretty pasty.
Okay.
You probably see the sun less than most people in the party.
I mean, we do have a redheaded dwarf over here who's.
Excuse
I mean, dwarves don't see the sun,
He's
right?
not redheaded.
Is he not?
It's a
It's pretty.
brown.
I mean, all hair is red.
What?
What?
That's a bold claim.
All hair is
hair
red,
is
it's just-
red.
It's true. All hair is
It's
just
not.
different shades of red.
What?
I
True.
Anyway, I also disagree.
I mean, if we're talking about like it has some red value, but also blue and also green, by computer like color
Exactly what I'm
hatching,
saying.
you're kind of correct. But other than that, no, you're not at all.
Yeah. All hair has red.
And Hilder has more of like a creamy complexion than a pasty one.
Ah,
Creamy.
I see. Mmm. That creamy bar.
But I'm already. If I didn't get to my bed, I'm passed out on the
Hilder
floor.
creamy face.
No, I would make sure you got into bed. I'd tuck you in.
Thanks.
I'm a gentleman.
Oswaldo, who's already in bed, cringes and doesn't know why.
Just
Why
like
are you
he's
sleeping?
winking.
Just like snap out of meditation real quick, like, why?
Right, he's an elf.
Yeah.
He just like trances.
Just hates himself and everything around him for like a millisecond, then immediately back into it. Yeah, I'm real cozy, to say the least.
Oh
I'll offer up to keep the creamy body warm for the night. Okay,
So it's the next morning.
It is the next morning, and everyone is more sober.
I don't
Yeah.
think that'll help anything.
no,
Boy.
no, probably not.
I
I'm gonna
regret
help
all
you.
my decisions.
You always
Yeah.
do.
I regret all of your decisions as well.
I'm good
understand.
at this game. I'm a gentleman. I'm a good boy.
So I assume that most people will be heading out to the Goblin settlement.
Yes, that's the plan. Gives us something to do. Stretch my legs.
Okey-dokey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you go ahead. You hop on a wagon that takes you out there. I believe the cost every single time has been 2 silver.
Yes.
Yup,
Okay.
I'll pay
Who's
it.
paying this time?
I got it.
Pays 2 silver. And everyone hops on. It is actually you've had this driver before. He
Oh,
was
it's
the
the-
one.
The backing up dude?
This is the backing up dude.
Oh, I love him.
What's his name?
I don't think you got it, but you can ask him if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll ask him. Sir, since we've met previously, you're a very good driver. What is your name?
Thargar. It's the
Oh.
name. Backing up is the profession. The name of the profession.
Oh god.
Wow.
Backing up.
Backing up is, I guess,
Bond.
my name to make it rhyme. Here, let me do that again.
I remember that song.
Yeah, what was his name?
You certainly got game. Thargar?
Thargar is my name. Backing up is my
Argar.
game.
Where's my
There we
notepad?
go.
I'm a Thargar in the
Yes.
Someone write that down for me.
Yes, that is how you spell it.
It's going in the notes.
All right, thank you. I can't find my notebook.
It's, well, anyways, you have fun out here. I hear that the cakes are quite excellent around here. Something about a baking feud between 2 rival siblings who
Oh,
have various cake wars.
Cake Wars. I love
That
it.
sounds
It's a great show.
deliciously violent.
Do they have Cupcake Wars?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't know who would shove a cake into a cup.
That's a bit strange.
You are not living your best life, sir.
I prefer my cakes, well, sliced up and eaten in a normal way. Not like some miscreant, but hey, whatever floats your boat.
Hey, branch out. You never know.
Let me ask all of you: would you ever eat lasagna with a cup? I don't think
would
so.
Would you be concerned if I said I have?
It
Yes,
might
I
be
would.
convenient. A good road food, put everything in cups.
What about a spaghetti? Would you
I mean,
Look,
put spaghetti?
I mean, a
into
cup is just a bowl, right?
yeah, it's like a
Spaghetti cup,
small bowl for your mouth, right?
Yeah.
Ah.
So I'll have.
I'm afraid I have to start backing up now. The traffic's gonna get real bad.
Yes,
No.
let's go.
All right, all I'm saying,
sorry.
just enjoy cups more. All I'm saying. All right, see you later,
I mean,
Thargar.
I'll keep using them to drink. Thank you. Goodbye.
All right,
Have
you
a
have fun
fun
drinking
time.
your spaghetti.
Y'all yell at me for the stairs.
I think we're friends. Yeah, but this is happening in the game. It's not too weird.
And he
Okay.
starts to pull away.
Before we actually go into the settlement thing, is it cool if we take a short bathroom break?
I was actually thinking of ending it at the inside the settlement before everything was explained.
That's fine.
Just
Anyway.
because I'm getting quite hungry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, gotta get that boy
poor
fed.
Ryan.
When
It's
we
all
get there, I toot the yellow whistle.
Toot toot.
You toot the yellow whistle, and 6 to 7 seconds later, the gate starts opening, and you recognize one of the same goblins who greeted you last time. And he smiles and says, "Welcome, welcome. Gishtok is inside. He's waiting for you."
Did you say that in Goblin or Common?
He says it in common.
Okay. I go in.
Yep.
Yes. Yep, we would follow.
So yeah, you start walking in, and you kind of make your way to the center of town, where you had previously fought last time. And this time there's a large sign. The sign is pretty much just a signpost, and what seems to be a paper cutout of a goblin fist with a finger pointing towards the ladder that was previously blocked by the hay bale. And I assume that everyone starts climbing down.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. You start climbing down, and there seems to have been a few changes made since the last time you were here. There is a door sort of at the bottom of the ladder with a sign out front that says Gishtok's Trading Company, and then in parentheses, name still in work.
Name's subject to change.
Name still in progress. And underneath it, kind of hanging from a string, is a bell.
What does the note say?
What?
It's a bell. I ring the bell.
Yeah, you ring the bell, and the door kind of slowly opens, and on the other side of it is Ishtok, as a goblin. And he starts to welcome you in and says, "Oh, come in. And he starts to kind of point around all over the place and says, "Doesn't everything look much better?"
Yes, it does.
And it actually kind of does, as whereas
I
before
wasn't-
this was kind of just a tunnel that was, kind of carved out of rocks. You can see that someone has gone through and started to kind of square up the tunnel so that it's more of a passage than just a underground tunnel.
I wasn't there last time.
That would make sense. And so he keeps leading you to the first room. And you can see that things have been shifted around before. He had previously just kept trinkets and other things that he needed at hand there, but now there is sort of a desk and a few chairs that have been set up. and you can see on the desk there are a bunch of pieces of paper that have been rolled out. Maps, plans, the whole sort. And he kind of sits down, and the chair kind of has that he's sitting down and reclines a bit. And as he kind of sits back into it, it bounces back and forth a little bit. Puts his hands on the table and says, should we begin? And I think that is where we should end off for this session.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Did we get any XP?
Yes, I believe you are now 3/4 of the way to the next level.
Oh boy.
Good job, Oswaldo. You did most of the work there in that last mission.
He's good. He knows his stuff.
As I sat in a box and almost fell asleep.
I was a clown.
Yeah, you were jamming. You got tips. I mean, good job to you too.
A copper. Yeah.
Hey, that's
Copper is a
one more-
decent amount. That's a drink.
It's one more copper than you got.
Should be our experience.
2000 what?
2025.
And how much was added to that from what you had
No,
before?
that is what we have. It was 1800.
Okay, gotcha.
What do we have?
2025.
Okay. What?
Hey, look at that.
Oh. Okay.
Well, on that note, thank you everybody for tuning into the stream, and watch Omega's stream on Friday for all the great stuff that happens then. I don't know what we'll be doing, but it should be fun.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night.